Greetings, chatapreneurs. This is Lance with chatobot.dev, and today I'm going to show you this evergreen email campaign automation. So this is how it works. I'm going to kind of go through a little bit on how this works, how it's set up. So the evergreen email campaign automation. The evergreen email campaign automation, it consists of 3 campaigns. The first campaign is a new friend. So you just met this person, you just started a conversation, you just got their name, their email. The second campaign is a good friend. This is like, you've known each other a little bit, you went to lunch together, you've had a few conversations. And the third campaign is your best friend. Your old pals, your buddies, you've known each other forever. And each campaign is divided into 12 emails or 12 sequences. So when designing a new friend, the first campaign, we're thinking of our client or customer, they're a new friend, we're nurturing a relationship, we're introducing ourselves, we're giving a flavor, we're giving context to who we are, what we do, the kind of people we serve, the products and services that we have. But that's kind of towards the end. You don't just come up and say, hey, buy my t-shirt $19.95. They'd be like, dude, what's your name? So when we're designing the good friend campaign, which is the second campaign, we know our clients a little bit better. We've met a few times. We've told some jokes. We had a few throwbacks and some embarrassing pictures from high school. Some friends and family. Then we start kind of introducing our products and services a little more. The idea of what we're selling and what do you do for a living. Answering that question, what do you do? Now, when designing the third campaign, we're best friends. We're old pals. They know what you do. They know what you sell. We've known each other forever. This is the cream of the crop content. This is the stuff only our inside best friends do. This is like, hey, I know where a good deal is. Hey, this is what you need to get. That we're the trusted advisor. We're the best friend. They're the ones that you're the ones that they're thinking of when they think of that product and service. So they're your raving friends. Now you have a list of people that are long-term customers and clients. So each email will be designed with a kind of a writing formula. We'll have a pop-in headline, a nice sub-headline, the hook, the problem, the benefits, the social proof, the offer, the scarcity, the risk reversal, and the call to action. And all these elements will, in some way or form, be worked into each email, as you'll see as how this works. So how do we get people on the email automation? One of the ways that we'd like to do it was with Facebook ads, and we'll have 3 acts, kind of like a movie, 1, 2, and 3, and we'll split test these acts, and these ads will be connected with a JSON, some script, some JavaScript that'll be connected right to a chatbot. Now the chatbot is a messenger bot. It's called ManyChat. It's right on Facebook. And the brilliant thing about sending your ads into a chatbot is it already knows their email, it already knows their phone number, it already knows their name. So you're basically just asking permission, hey, Larry, Joe, Todd, would you mind, like I have some information I want to say. You're doing permission-based campaigns. So you're not, shoving ads down their throat, or you're not giving them ads that they don't want. They're already interested in what you're doing. So you're just educating them. You're not selling them. You're just educating them. And then the chatbot will run them into the campaigns, and the campaigns will run into the free offer page, which is like kind of a pay it forward method. When they get to this page, you're giving them something for free, and we can work on that offer. And then those offers go off into stories to keep nurturing in the story email sequences. We can send them off to a welcome, like, welcome friend, nice to see you back, and of course the upsells. So let's talk a little bit more in depth about what the evergreen email campaign automation is. So like I said before, it's 3 campaigns composed of 12 emails each. And how the system works is it's a kind of a cliffhanger system. So the first email can be a funny email, and then we'll tell them what's in the next email. So at the end of the email, they're already wondering what the next email is about. So in the funny email, we tell them something funny that happened at work, and then it's like, and also something embarrassing happened to me in the throwback. So a throwback is kind of like, you know, a silly picture of you or something that happened back in high school. You're sending them back. You're throwing them back to an old time in your business or something that happened in your past. Remember those times? Yeah, they're great. This person was the first person that told me this joke. Oh, I'll tell you that joke in the next email. So you're just going through these emails. You are cliffhangering each email, and if you tell them the joke is like, I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving next week, or the holidays. The holiday email is always going out. You know, you're going into the facts and trivia. It's like, I have a great fact and trivia questionnaire that I want to send out to you next week. Tips and tricks. And then you send in a sales email. It's like, hey, this is kind of like what we're selling right now. We got this product up in service. And you just, you know, this is what I'm doing right now. And we go on to the next email. Ask for advice or questions, you know. You're asking questions. You're giving advice. Next email will be a this or that. It's like, do you like this or do you like that? Do you want to get with this? You want to get with that? You want to get with this? You want to get with that? So that's a great email. You're just engaging customers. You're sending out surveys and polls. You're collecting information from it. It's like, hey, friend, I hope you're enjoying the email. You know, the emails so far. I can ask you a few questions. And then you'll send out case studies. You'll send out success stories of customers you've already had, successful interactions you've already had with customers. And then you can send out trends and research, you know, kind of educate them a little bit. We're not selling right now. This is a new friend. We're just, you know, kind of telling them a little bit about what we're doing. This is what's trending in our business right now. This is what's trending in our niche. These are the products that research shows that these are what the most popular products and services are. So now we're moving on to the Good Friend campaign number 2. So I like to start this off with some quotes. There's got to be some people in your business, some people you looked up to, mentors, someone like that gives out inspirational quotes. Just send them like that, you know, make people think, man, that's inspirational. Send them some more client success. It's like, hey, we installed this on this house, I fixed this guy's car, and now they love their house and their car runs great. Send them before and afters. You know, if you're an electrician, you can show, you know, what the room looked like before it had lights in it. You know, well, this is a dark room, but now it has lights in it, so you can see how great it looks. Send them inspiring images. Send them great products. If you're like selling shoes, send them pictures of your shoes. Like, look at these shoes, aren't they great? If you're selling cars, send them pictures of cars. Tell them about how cool the cars are. Next, we'll go into customer reviews. You know, you can set this email up into this showing how people have been reviewing your products. It's like, look, I had 30 people say this and that. You know, these emails don't have to be long. They don't have to be like they just have to interact. They just have to engage. It's all about the social signals. They're getting those signals in there. Then you can have a live event. You can record a live event and put a link to an automation of your live event. So they can register to this live event and then go to the live event. Live events and demos. If you have a product, you want to demo it, it's like, hey, check out this demo of this product. They click on the link, it takes them right to a demo. Sales email. Once again, it's like, hey, I hope you enjoyed the demo. Then we go right into a sale, you know, and you can link these two emails together. It's like, hey, remember what I showed you in the demo? Well, you can buy it here. Then we go into a mission, vision, values. What's the mission? What do you value as a company? What's your vision? What are you looking to do with your company? Then you can send out a personal email. It's like, you know, hey, me and the kids, we went to a soccer game the other day, and look what happened. Just a personal email. You're just staying engaged. If you have a good sized company, write up a little piece on, you know, one of your employees that did a great job. It's like, you know, Tina did an amazing job with sales last week. We just like to throw a little props out and put it right into the automation. People would like to see that. Show that you have a good company culture. Behind the scenes, these kind of go hand in hand. You can You know, show what's going on in the background, show how your process works, show how you get the products and services to them, how you make the products and services, where you get them from, how you come to price them, you know, just things like that. And then back to webinars and training. All these things can be, you know, a good way to get emails. So if you have a training on how, an HVAC training on how to fix your air conditioner and make it run better, you can do a little 5-part series on that and say, hey, here's a little training on how to fix it yourself. And you know, people watch this like, wow, that's awesome that they would send that out, but I don't want to do that. Can you come over and fix it? That's usually how it works. You know, it's like you watch this big long video on how to make a turkey dinner, and you're like, I'm just gonna go to Sonny's, get some barbecue. All right, so now we're getting into best friend campaign number 3. Now this is when we start to rock and roll. This is when we really put a lot of effort into this. Okay, now don't get me wrong. This campaign is going to be hard work to put together. It's going to be a lot of hard work. But once it's set up, once it's running and automated, it will run for years. And it'll bring you leads for years. And you can just set it up. You can tweak it every now and then, but for the most part, it's set up, it's running. So let's get back into the best friend campaign. Transactional emails. These are great for sending off the transactions that your clients have had. You know, this is what they're buying. This is what my clients have had. These are the transactions that we've been selling. Just to kind of inform people on, you know, what people are buying from you. What are they getting from you? What products and services? What problems are you solving? And people are like, oh, they're buying that? Oh, I want to buy that too. History of, not off, of, history of email. You can do a history of your company. You know, just kind of reminisce. Think about how your company started. You know, where it was, where it is, and where, you know, how did you get where you are? Just write a little history email. People love to read that. A 10 things you should do email. Or 33 things you should do email. People love to read a number of things you should do. You know, 32 texts that will make you laugh harder than you should. You know, this was out by BuzzFeed, but they'll always remember that. It doesn't even have to be about your business. It just has to be 10 things that you would recommend. It's 10 jokes that you thought were funny. A client anniversary. You know, do a little piece on one of your clients that you've had for 10 years. You know, Joanne's been great. She's been our customer for 10 years. Write a little piece on her. Survey emails are, you need to pepper those in there every once in a while. It's great to send out a survey and it's like, hey, you know, Lindsay, do you have 2 minutes for a quick favor? And by the time you do the campaign 3, they're your friends. They've been subscribed for a while. Hey, I just want to know if I can ask you a few questions. It'd be great for us just to kind of get some feedback. You know, they'll click on it. They'll do it for you because they're the best friends. Remember? Estimates and reporting. People love estimates. You know, if you build fences, they want to estimate how much is it going to cost to put a fence around my house. So, well, normally this is what it costs. Depends on the material, the paint, you know, and kind of report on what's going on in the industry. People love those kinds of emails. Do an oops email. You know, I've seen that this is a great way of just like get people's attention. They're like, oops, sorry, I meant to send you this great deal last week, but I'm sending it to you today. My bad. I'm like, oh, that's fine. What's the great deal? So they want to see it because it's a mistake. So this is just a good way to kind of grab their attention and keep them on their toes. Product renewal. Uh-oh. Your prescription is ending. Uh-oh. Your service with us is about to end, especially if you have recurring services. You can send out an email saying, hey, you know, you might want to renew your products, your services with us. Send them out new products. Hey, we got new products. This email is like, this is a brand new product. This is a brand new service that we're doing. Send out an email like, oh, the new service. Weekly product newsletter. So every week you can be sending out, if you're a restaurant, you can be sending out the soup du jour, the food of the day. You can be sending out, it's like, hey, this week we're doing a special on roofing. This week, Larry will come out to your house and fix your sink for half off. Whatever, you know. We can build up that conversation. So let's see, where are we at? Co-marketing. This is a great way to think about like 5 businesses that you work with and say, hey, I have a evergreen email automation and I'd like to add you as a business that we do business with into our automation, and to say, hey, this is a great business, you should do business with them. And it's always good to kind of cross-pollinate, because that makes for a great flower bed. And the very last email, yes, 36 emails. This is a huge campaign, but this campaign will run and run and run, and it will bring you in clients. It'll bring you leads over and over again. And the campaign roundup is basically an email talking about all your emails. So once they've gone through this whole thing, you'll kind of go through your hits. You know, like on Seinfeld, they have like a roundup episode where they talk about the old episodes and think, oh yeah, I remember that episode. Well, this is basically what a roundup email is. This is the last email in the series, and it describes the whole campaign. And it's like, you know, you can do it again. You can run it again. You can run it again. By the time they get to the third campaign, they probably forgot the first campaign. So you can just run it, run it, run it, and run it. So that is the Evergreen Email Campaign Automation System. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Lance with the